Have you ever walked into a room and felt like you didn't fit in? Like no matter how hard you try, you're always the outsider. People laugh, connect, and move forward, and somehow you feel left behind. Unseen, uninvited, unwelcome. That silent pain is something many people carry but rarely talk about. But just because you feel like you don't belong doesn't mean you're broken. It may actually mean you were never meant to fit in, because you were made to stand out. Sometimes rejection is not a sign that you're in the wrong place. It's a sign that you're being preserved for the right one. God doesn't design you to blend in when He has called you to lead. He doesn't give you a unique gift just for you to bury it to gain people's approval. And He doesn't place a divine assignment in you just so you can conform to the crowd. Romans 12:2 says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think." That means you were never supposed to fit the world's mold. You were called to be different for a reason. Maybe you don't speak like everyone else. Maybe your values are different. Maybe you dream big in an environment that celebrates small thinking. Maybe you care deeply in a culture that has grown cold. It doesn't make you odd, it makes you called. Some of the greatest people in history were misfits. Joseph was rejected by his brothers and sold into slavery, yet he became a ruler. David wasn't invited to the table when Samuel came looking for a king, but God still chose him. Jesus himself was rejected by the very people he came to save, and still fulfilled his mission. So if you feel like you don't belong, you're in good company. The pain is real, but it's not permanent. And in many cases, it's pointing you toward the place where you do belong. You see, sometimes the people around you can't handle the weight of who you are. They see you as too much or too different. But they don't realize they're in the presence of someone chosen by God. You don't need everyone to understand you. You just need the right environment for your purpose to grow. Seeds don't thrive in every soil, neither do people. And here's the truth. Belonging doesn't mean you lose yourself to be accepted. It means you find a place where you can be fully yourself and still be fully embraced. But even before that happens, you must learn to belong to yourself. That's right. Before you find your place in the world, you must first make peace with who you are. Own your story. Own your flaws. Own your process. You may not have the right clothes, the right background, the right connections, but you have the right calling. And that calling is what makes you valuable. Don't spend your whole life trying to sit at tables where you're only tolerated. God is preparing a table for you where you'll be celebrated. Wait for that. Work toward that. And walk with confidence even if you have to walk alone for a season. So, what can you do when you feel like you don't belong? First, stop apologizing for being different. Your uniqueness is part of your anointing. You don't have to shrink to make others feel comfortable. Second, find strength in your identity. When you know who you are, people's opinions can't shake you. When you know why you're here, rejection doesn't destroy you, it redirects you. Third, pray for divine alignment. God knows exactly where you belong. He will lead you to the right people, the right platform, and the right path if you don't give up. And finally, don't isolate yourself out of pain. Even if you've been hurt, stay open. Stay soft. The right tribe is coming. The right doors will open. The right place will recognize what's inside you. You don't have to keep pretending. You don't have to keep performing. You don't have to keep proving. You belong because God says you do. And if He made room for you in this world, He will make room for you in your purpose. So lift your head, dry your tears, stop chasing validation, and walk boldly in your difference. Because one day, the very thing that made you feel out of place will become the reason you're celebrated. Kindly subscribe for more videos like this. Let's keep walking into purpose, one step at a time.